And we're back. Board of Education. Curious Joel, the Village School District versus Grummet in 1993. Curious Joel is a town. Where is it? Where is it? It's in New York. Let's go to it. That's curious, not curious. Not like just really questioning everyone and everything in the town. A bunch of people asking questions all the time. It's named after a rabbi. This is a very devout Jewish ethnic enclave. It's Satmar Judaism. They're just really devout. Practice like dietary laws. What's kind of crazy is that they're anti-Zionists. They do not believe in an Israeli state, but that's another topic. So it's in Orange County. What they did was in 1989, they lobbied the New York State Legislature to create a school district surrounding the exact border of the town. So there it is. So the school district was created by New York State Legislature. And it was the exact border of the town, meaning you're like over here, you're not in the school district. Mountain Lake, not in the school district. Over here, not in the school district, just the town. So this is a religious and ethnic enclave, and the school district was the town's borders. People argued from around the area, as well as the New York State Superintendent's Association, that this was unconstitutional. It's a violation of the Establishment Clause. The Supreme Court agreed and established the neutrality rule or neutrality principle. And in this case, the New York State statute creating the school district advanced a religious group over a non-religious group. I mean, everyone else in New York that didn't have a school district that coincided with religious boundaries. So the neutrality rule is essentially you can't treat religion better than non-religion, non-religion better over religion, nor one religious group better than another religious group. The statutes have to be neutral. Look it up on OAS. It's a fairly interesting case. Moving on. Press. Press is crazy. Press is crazy. They get a lot of leniency as far as statements and what they say. Now, something like Weekly World News or the tabloids, where it's just insane, all the the gossip and the world's coming to an end, Armageddon, all this kind of stuff. That's satire, so that's fine. It's accepted that it's satire. What the press can't do is intentionally defame people. Now, there's two types of defamation. There's slander, and that's where you defame someone with your words, speech. And then you have libel, and that's written defamation. So if the press is making up lies about someone and writing about it, that's no good. That's not a protection underneath freedom of the press. Either one has to be done with malice. You have to prove intent to harm. Otherwise, the press has a lot of leeway. If you're a celebrity, it's almost like you're fair game with the press. They're held to different standards, especially politicians. I mean, the press makes up lies about things like all the time. The press gets the benefit of the doubt 9 times out of 10. The issue at stake with freedom of press is 1964. It's Sullivan versus New York Times. The issue was there was an article written about a sheriff in Montgomery, Alabama, about how many times he had arrested Martin Luther King Jr. And the article said he had arrested MLK 7 times, whereas he actually only arrested him 4 times. So the sheriff in Montgomery, Alabama, sued the New York Times and wanted to essentially bring the whole paper down, saying they were liars. This was a factual error, but it was unintentional. So this court case said that the press has a lot of leeway. They can make factual errors. They're not going to be shut down. You can't sue them. The only time that they can actually be sued or something is that if that you can prove that they did something intentionally wrong, that they were lying with malice, with the intent to harm someone. Moving right along. First Amendment does not protect obscenity. There's two Supreme Court cases that you need to know. One is Roth, and then the next one is Miller v. California. The Roth case, that is where you have the idea itself that obscenity is not protected, and that what something obscene is, of course, is going to be a relative thing, but it's obscene if it violates community standards. The next one is Miller v. California in 1973. This involved a dude named Miller. He owned like an adult bookstore, and he was essentially just mailing people porn in envelopes, saying, "Hey, come buy this, material from the store that I own." And this angered a bunch of people, as you can tell, and as you can probably guess why. So this went to the Supreme Court. Miller argued, "No, it's my First Amendment, freedom of speech, obscenity counts." And the Supreme Court ruled that no obscenity is not covered by the First Amendment. However, it ruled that states and localities could create their own obscenity policy, and there was no national obscenity policy. So you go to different states, you go to different counties within states, you get things like prostitution, peep shows, adult videos or whatever, adult magazines. Some cases, some counties in the United States, none of that is allowed. In other counties in the United States and states in the United States like Nevada, all of that is allowed. So it's really up to the locality as far as like what kind of obscenity that they want to tolerate. Miller v. California just said there's no national obscenity policy. Yeah, last one. You have the right to peaceably assemble. Okay? Logistically speaking, though, that's going to be difficult because if you got like 1 million people and you want to have 1 million man march in Kingston, New York, that's going to be difficult. It's fairly obvious. So there's all kinds of restrictions that get placed upon like assemblies, marches, and stuff. Like you gotta notify the authorities. You gotta have a plan. You gotta get a permit and stuff like that. You also can't block other people's right to go about their daily lives because that's a violation of their rights. That's an externality. A couple notable. It's just I think I just have one notable decision. It's just Schenck. Okay, so this is another Schenck case. This does not involve communism at all. This involves anti-abortion people. So it's Schenck versus Pro-Choice of Western New York, 1997. These people were protesting an abortion clinic doctor, and they were not only doing it at the clinic, they were following him to his house. Like standing outside of his house and yelling and chanting, protesting. He argued, of course, that this is a violation of his rights, and they were like, no, we have the First Amendment right to assemble, we're not hurting anyone, blah, blah, blah. So the Supreme Court ruled that, yes, you can protest, no question about it. You can assemble as long as you're peaceful. However, the assembly can't be floating, it can't be moving. So if you want to protest the abortion clinic, that's fine, but you can't be following the guy around. Making some of the modern protests illegal. In particular, I'm thinking like the Black Lives Matter movement. It's fine if they're standing in one place, that's perfectly legal, but once they're moving around and like blocking roads and stuff, like that becomes totally illegal and not protected underneath the First Amendment. Hey, that's it for me. That's it for us. Hope you guys have a great Christmas break and stuff. I will be emailing you a list of court decisions that you're going to need to know and a couple free response questions that you need to do over break. So, everyone have a happy, healthy holiday, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year to everybody. Bye.